What's going on, you guys? Fullst here, and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I'll be doing an in-depth Mundo jungle guide. This champion is ridiculous right now. Like, he got buffed recently, and as you can see from... I'm gonna put the screenshot up, like, right about here somewhere. Somewhere there, you can see just how insane Mundo is. I've picked him up, like, pretty much when I started playing those games, really. And it's just crazy. Like, I would definitely recommend you to try him out. He's very easy to play. It's very straightforward. And he's really, really easy to carry with. So, definitely something you should at least try. So, yeah, let's get right into the runes then. Also, by the way, I wasn't planning on making another guide before the jungle, like, rework changes. But I just felt like this was definitely something that needed to be done. So, yeah, let's get right into the runes now. This is, the Fleet Footwork is the best rune you can go on Mundo as your main rune. The reason for it is because Mundo has quite a little bit of trouble actually sticking to people if you don't have your ultimate up. Sure, cleavers are pretty good, but the fleet is going to be very, very beneficial to you. And also the healing from this is going to be very helpful as well. So that's why you go Fleet Footwork on Mundo, really. The other runes, in like this tree, doesn't help you. This tree also doesn't help you. The other one that top lane Mundo, for example, runs is grass, but none of these really help Mundo out at all when it comes to jungle Mundo. Because you ideally just want more move speed in gank, so you can walk up to somebody and then chase him better with like a red buff slow on him and a cleaver slow. So that's why you go for Fleet. And then with that, you go for Triumph, because you're going to be stacking a lot of HP. So as soon as you get the kill on like... Well, if you get low on health and you get the kill, you get a lot of HP back. 12% of your missing health on Mundo is like an insane amount. So this is definitely the one you want. Now right here you have two options. You have the Alacrity for attack speed. This is mainly gonna help you early game, but not so much later on, because you do have an auto attack reset in your E, so you can definitely make use of that auto attack reset. And yeah, the one that's really good here is Tenacity, because it gives you extra, like, well, Tenacity, which is gonna be very good. This is a up to 30% extra Tenacity, which means that you don't even have to buy Mercs. You can just go Ninja Tabi and still have a lot of extra added Tenacity. So this is definitely the one that's, like, the one you want to go for by far. This, not too great. This is definitely helpful in every situation, because the only way you're gonna get stopped is if you get CC'd, locked down, and then you get killed that way. If you don't get locked down like that, there's nothing the enemy can do to actually kill you, especially later in the game. Early game, I mean, you're still a little bit squishy until you actually get your level 6 and your Cinderhawk, but yeah. So that's the one you want. And then right here you want Coup de Grace, because this is gonna make sure you deal the most damage you possibly can. Mundo has a lot of burst damage, especially early game. Early mid-game, Mundo's burst is insane. So you can easily get someone below the threshold of Coup de Grace to get the, like, the extra damage from that. Now, as a secondary tree, it's literally one option. You get Conditioning for the extra armor and magic resist. You already get a lot of HP in your build. You get a lot of max HP, so getting this extra armor and magic resist is going to be very, very helpful to make you a lot more tanky. And then you go Revitalize, just because Revitalize synergizes really well with all the healing built into Mundo's kit. So there's really no other option. And actually going for Revitalize, if you pick anything else, then I would say you're making a grave mistake. So yeah, this is the rune page you want to go on Mundo. And let's get right into the items now. So item build. Let's make a new one. Starting items on Mundo are pretty easy. You can start with two things, but the one I prefer to start with is the wait, I just typed jungle instead of machete. The one I like to start with is machete, because you do have that auto attack reset and you're going to be auto attacking a lot in your initial clear. As like your first back on Mundo is always really going to be the upgrade to your jungle item to get the healing effect from the other one as well with your W. But you're not really skilling W early on, because it's better like for an early clear, let me put it that way, because the other skills just are better for that. So the machete is going to be the most beneficial to you when it comes to clearing. Then again, as I said, this is your first back, your skirmisher saber. You want to get that as soon as possible, because it's pretty much going to mean that nobody in the game can actually 1v1 you anymore. As soon as you get this, you smite the enemy jungler for like a 1v1 situation, or just in a gank situation, and they just die. There's nothing they can do to kill you. You do way too much damage. You pretty much have a free BF sword from your E. So, especially with a few points into it. The more points you put into the E, the more BF swords you get. So, You know, it's pretty insane, and yeah, with this combination, you're good. So usually your first back, if you can afford it, is like a skirmisher saber with boots. It's gonna cost you about 950 gold, which is pretty common to back with as like a first back. After you get like a gank going, you should always be able to get at least like one gank going, so that should be good. Now after this, your initial first upgrade is going to be the Cinderhawk. This is like easily the best item you can get on Mundo. The best jungle enchant you can get on Mundo, because, well, not because anything, there's just HP and the burn and HP. So if you noticed already, HP, yeah, okay, cool. Then we go Spirit Visage. The next option, by the way, after this, you always want to get Ninja Tabi, by the way, because you have the tenacity in your rune, so mercs aren't really that beneficial unless they have a serious amount of hard CC. You can then still pick the Mercury Threats with the rune instead of Ninja Tabi, but usually not that common. I would say about like 1% of your games is gonna require you to actually still buy mercs, because Ninja Tabis are just way too good when it comes to blocking basic attack damage. So this is like your core, your Cinderhawk with the Ninja Tabis, and then after that there's a couple of options. Most games you want to go for a Spirit Visage. It's going to synergize really well with the healing Mundo has, and also you already have armor from Ninja Tabi, so you don't really have to worry about armor too much. But like but if you're facing full AD comp, then this is not the item you want to go first straight after this, because you're really not, like, even though it increases your healing by a good amount, like by a lot actually, like the magic resistance is just not going to help you whatsoever, so it's really just kind of a wasted item. At that point you might as well pick up a Warmox, because you do get enough health with Mundo on Warmox as like first. So then you start with Warmox, is going to give you the increased like HP plus still a lot of armor, and then also that regeneration you get. So this is going to be very, very good against full AD comps to just rush your Warmox. If you're not facing full AD, then it's pretty much this order. You go Spirit Visage into Warmox still, because this is going to provide you with like the extra 30% healing, and then the Warmox is pretty much just going to make you unkillable, because you can go in with your ult procket and then you gain a lot of HP back because you have a lot of max HP from your ultimate, and then this way you just heal everything back. You walk into a fight, you get you pop your ultimate, you get hit a lot, you walk into like enemies and you just press E and just kill them. And then you walk out, use Warmox to heal everything back up that you just lost, like 200% of your HP bar that you just lost because of your ultimate. And then you're good to go again. So these two items, very good. Like, if you're facing full AD, then it's Warmox into like armor items, which pretty much the rest of your setup is going to be armor items, because the only magic resist item you really need is Spirit Visage. Unless you are facing a full AP team, then you can always still go for this one as well. The Adaptive Helmet's going to help you a lot into, well, specific AP. You can also still buy another magic resist item, as like you can still get this. There's a lot of options you can do, but usually if I do build another magic resist item on Mundo, which rarely happens, I will take Adaptive Helmet, just because, yeah, just because that's usually the best tanky option you can go for. And a lot of the spells are repeated spells, so Adaptive Helmet will block that a lot. Now, Stoneblade is very good on Mundo too, because of the fact that you can just pop this, and it's gonna pretty much double your HP, which on Mundo is insane, because you have a lot of health. So it's also going to give you 40 extra armor and magic resist, and if you're fighting into enemy people, so you're running in, just charging at people, then Stoneplate's also going to be very helpful there, because of the fact that it gives you 80 armor and 80 magic resist at that point, and that's very, very good resistance with the amount of HP you've just built. So this is usually an item I would consider picking up right after the Warmox in the standard build. And then to finish that build off, I tend to go for either of two armor items. It's either Thornmail or it's the Randuins. If I'm facing a lot of crit champions, then Randuins is the option I want to go with. If I'm not facing a lot of crit, then Thornmail is the armor option I want to go with, because then this will reflect damage back at them, and this is just way too good into crit champions that you kind of have to get it. If it's only the AD carry, though, that's going to crit you, and it's like, if it's only the AD carry, then Thornmail's still better, so that's why you want to go Thornmail then still. But if it's multiple crit champions, like maybe you get like a Rengar, Yasuo against you, whatever crits Trendemir, then this becomes better than Thornmail. So this is pretty much all the defensive items you have options for in the like on Mundo after these two. Again, this is Spirit Visage is your first main. Unless you are facing full AD, then it's Warmox into like Thornmill or like Randuin's, you can really get both in that situation. You can just build these 4 items after these 2 when it comes to full ED, because then you just have this, then 2 armor items, and then Stone Plate is gonna double your HP plus give you 80 armor as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the Mundo build. It's very simple, it's very tanky, and yeah, if you guys have any questions on this, make sure to put them in the comments below. Again, I do recommend you to try Mundo out. Give him a shot. He's very, very broken right now until he gets nerfed. Like, he definitely needs a nerf. He's pretty much permaban status in my opinion, and yeah. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, please make sure to hit the thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button if you like my videos, if you like the content. Make sure to click the notification bell as well, because YouTube does not want you to show videos anyway if you don't have that. And yeah, let's get right into the gameplay section now. Alright, welcome to the gameplay section of this guide. As you can see, I'm playing Mundo into a Trundle, which is really the most interesting matchup you can get, because Trundle is such a strong champion at the moment. And, well, I mean, Mundo is ridiculous right now, so it's pretty much like whoever's more OP wins this matchup. And let me tell you this right now, Mundo is definitely more OP at the moment. Right, so starting off on Mundo, you always want to start your cleaver. It's gonna, if you hit it first, you make sure you have to hit it right when the camp spawns before anything like hits, because then it does the most damage. Skills based on health, so you can deal a lot of damage with just that cleaver hit. It does like 400 damage on the first hit, which is insane. Then you pick up your E second, and then you can use your E to auto attack reset as well. So you hit the Gromp, or you Q the Gromp, then auto attack, then E, and then you just kill the Gromp. Now what I like to do on Mundo is I like to get a little bit low in my jungle. The less health you have, the more like I guess damage you gain, because your E right here. Let me see. Active when next basic attacks, and upon activation, Dr. Mundo gains up to 60 attack damage for 5 seconds based on its missing health. So the more HP you're missing means the more damage it does. That's why I like to not use my potions early on when I do the first 3 camps at least, and that's why I like clear to get low on wolves. And then I use my potions later on when I like start walking to like red buff, and after I clear red buff I use the rest of my healing to pretty much do what I do here and get the full HP right before I do a gank, because this way you'll get the most effectiveness out of your E on your jungle camps, which is going to give you a faster jungle clear. This little mechanic can make a big difference, especially against like Lee Sins and all that, because they tend to try to invade you. So yeah. Now we have a Sion mid into Aurelia right here, which honestly is a very easy gank for me, because apart from like, if Aurelia fails a Q, she's pretty much dead, and Sion has a good amount of CC to where like Aurelia just straight dies. So we do get the flash from Aurelia, and we do get the kill right there, which is very nice for me. Now here I help him push this out, help him get the wave in turret, and he can recall to reset. Now all I gotta do right here is just go back into my jungle. Usually what I do when I, especially when I'm this side of the map, or just really any side of the map, I clear 4 camps and then I do a top or mid gank. Clearing camps on Mundo is very easy. Like, he does a lot of HP scaling damage, and again, if you keep your health bar quite low, your E is going to give you a lot of attack damage, which means you're going to clear even faster. And then you can also use your E for auto attack resets and all that as well. Now right here I'm walking over a ward, yet the LeBlanc, I guess, didn't see me or reacted late. She walked up a little bit too far, as you can see right here. Wait a second. She walked up one step too far, then she pretty much flashes the cleaver, which is a good flash, but then I just flash after her because I just saw her use her W, so she doesn't have an escape, she doesn't have her ult yet, and the kill's free. I have a red buff as well, so all I need to get is one auto attack on her and she just dies. Now right now I'm backing with about 1700 gold, which is a very decent first back. I got 2 kills and I got my full jungle clearance pretty much, which is like ideal. Those 2 kills just are due to the fact that, well, my lanes are very easy to gank for Darius. Like, ganking on LeBlanc isn't hard as soon as she loses her W. Plus, she's in a much longer lane than mid lane, so she has a longer way to run, which makes it harder for her to just escape by using just one dash. Right, as you can see here in these camps, I am making sure that I land my cleaver first on the big monster because it does the most damage then. And then I do auto attack into E, reset, and then press W to make sure that, well, I do the most damage as I possibly can. Alright, here I am just kind of walking around a little bit because my jungle clear wasn't too efficient. So I couldn't really clear my camps in order. Because I did a gank in between, like, I didn't do a full clear initially, so I had to stall for a little bit of time for my raptor camp to spawn with my Krugs. And I was looking for a potential gank, so yeah. And we see a Trundle top lane right here. We have a pink brush in the, or control ward in the brush on our side. So I knew I could just walk up because he didn't have any vision. He was most likely gonna go and clear the pink part or the control ward, so he's gonna go back into the brush. And then I can just stand there, press my ultimate on him, and then just walk at him. And it's a free kill. Currently I'm on 43 CS against Trundle's 32. I mean, Mundo is very good at farming, so it's very easy to get those CS numbers going on Mundo. As you can see right here, this camp takes almost no time. Sure, it's sped up right now, but that's a really good clear for just that camp. Your W combined with the Cinderhawk proc, or the Baby Cinder in this case, is going to give you a lot of clear speed. And now as soon as you complete that Cinderhawk, your clear speed is just going to skyrocket. And you can just easily full clear everything. I'm looking for the dive on bot lane here, I'm assuming. It's not easily going to happen, so my bot lane had to push it first. I can just clear this camp because it's up, and I mean, I guess since it took too long for them to push, I just walk away. If they get low like that, you can just walk in that direction to pretty much force a back out of them. They can't stay at that point because they will just die. They know they will just get dove as soon as the wave hits the turret. So backing there is by far the best option. Now right here, this is exactly what I mean with Mundo is fucking broken right now. Like, actually insane. Alright, look at the damage I deal to this guy. I've built straight nothing but tank, right? So I hit a cleaver, red smite, and then auto attack, the E auto attack reset. I do about like 70% health in like 5 seconds or something. That's an insane amount of damage for like building. I don't even have a warrior or anything. I just full tank, straight tank, nothing but tank. That's just crazy. Like the E max that I do first gives you so much bonus attack damage, as you can see right here. It gains up to 180 bonus attack damage and no less than 90. So right now I have 90 bonus attack damage as soon as I press it when I'm full HP. And if I get low, it's gonna go up even more. Which is just like what is that? So this is just, yeah. As you can see, like the auto attacks with the E active, they just deal like so much damage to the red buff. It just completely chunks it. Combine all that with the amount of healing he gets from his ultimate since his recent buff. It's actually just crazy because that healing before, like, with the Executioner's Calling on Mundo right now, if the enemy buys it against you, which is an item they'll have to invest into as well, so they're gonna be 800 gold slower into their build. But with that, the healing is still the same as his old ultimate, whilst this is his new ultimate. And if they don't have an Executioner's Calling, you're just gonna heal everything back. And this is what I mean with the Trundle into Mundo matchup. Right here, I did pop my ult a little bit too late, I believe. Let me see. 1v1ing Trundle is so impossible, really, because he can just ult you and Q you. So you lose armor, magic resist, and attack damage. Now, sure, Mundo gets a lot of attack damage from his E. But still, that's just... You lose so much when fighting Trundle. So even though I'm 2 levels up, we are both pretty much sitting on the same items since he's just recalled and I'm sitting on 1400, well, 1500-ish gold. So my lead really isn't a lead. Right now, he is in the lead in this fight, even though I'm 2 levels ahead. And I do have red buff, but because he's Trundle with the ultimate and all that, and I haven't bought yet, he's gonna be able to win this still. So right here, I should have pulled my ult right there. I should have just popped it, because as soon as the healing starts to get going, that's what I want. As soon as this fight started, I should have popped it, really. Because that's gonna take a little bit of a chunk out of my HP bar, which means my E is gonna provide me with more attack damage at that situation. And then all the healing is gonna kick in, and then the damage Trundle does to me is a lot, like, less effective. Now, here I prop it on kind of an awkward HP. I pop it like 40%, which loses me a lot of extra HP. And then Trundle gets me in kill range without my healing being able to kick in properly. As you can see, he just gets the kill because I used my ultimate too late. Now, his ultimate and his Q, of course, played a massive role in that. By just taking my armor magic resist and then also taking my attack damage. Which makes it really hard for me to 1v1 him. If I did get my back off, though, that would have been very easy double kill. Or, like, just triple kill in general. Because as soon as I would have killed the Trundle, the Aurelia probably would have tried to die for me or something. And I would have been able to kill her as well. Just due to the sheer amount of ultimate healing you have on Mundo. So right here, I picked the back. I go for the Ninja Tabe with the Spirit Visage. I get a Spirit Visage, or not Spirit Visage, the fucking Spectral Cloak building into a Spirit Visage. Spirit Visage on Mundo is insane, like, increases all your healing by a shitload, so if you press your ultimate, it's just gonna, like, your HP is gonna skyrocket. You can, of course, also opt for the, Warmox on Mundo. It's gonna provide you with enough health to make it work. But Spirit Visage first item is pretty much ideal. If you are facing a full AD comp, though, then it becomes less worth to actually go for that item. Even though the healing increase is still amazing, it is better at that point to just go Warmox into a straight tank item like Randuin's or Thornmail, as I would have explained before as well. Now we do kill people here and we get the bot turret, which is very good. I believe I do have enough for my Spirit Visage right now. I'm facing a good amount of magic damage to where Spirit Visage is like viable enough. They have a little blank, they are not fully decomp. So you can definitely get away with it. First item, Spirit Visage first item is pretty much ideal. It's much better than getting Warmox first, but in some games, if you're facing full AD, then getting Warmox first into an armor item, well, into a bigger armor item, because you also already buy Ninja Tabai, which is a good enough armor item to last you for that little bit of time. So you can pick the Warmox up, or like the armor item up after Warmox. It's not that like important to pick up straight away. Alright, here I'm just down to chase. As you can see right there, by the way. Full tank Mundo, by the way. Let's just look at this damage, right? So I walk up at this Lucian. I hit him with a cleaver, which is a decent amount of chunk. I auto-attack E him, and with that E, that he loses, like, so much health. He lost, like, a good 30% of his HP bar to a full tank in, like, a second. Really, that's what that was. Now I get another auto attack on him, which is gonna take him down for another 1/5 of his HP bar. Like, my attack damage right with that buff is insane, and that was just a dead recon. Right, as you can see right here, the base AD I have is about 101. I don't know if you saw it. I'll go back a little bit and show you. This is just the sheer amount of attack damage you get from your E. So right about here, it's went off cooldown, or it went off the attack buff. So as you can see right here in this bottom corner, I have 101 attack damage. Then as soon as I proc my E, watch this, I have 233 attack damage from just pressing your E. And I'm not even low. If I was low, this would go up even further. Like, you can get this to 220 extra attack damage based on your missing health, which is just... that's just crazy. Alright, right here, I'm just gonna go back to just clearing Trundle's jungle. As soon as you get it, like, this far ahead on Mundo, you just want to make sure you constantly pressure the enemy jungler for all of his camps. Because it's really hard, or nearly impossible, for the enemy jungler to kill you, especially if you get ahead. If you're a little bit even, it's still very, very difficult for the enemy jungler to kill you, but it's not impossible. Then it just depends on, like, good positioning, dodging, and ulting. But right now, it's literally impossible for them to kill me. So I can literally just do anything I want. I need to make sure I keep as much pressure on the Trundle as possible, take all of his farm, or as much as I possibly can. So just keep rotating through his jungle clear. That's what you gotta do when you're ahead. Keep rotating through the enemy jungle clear, and only clear your camps when it's like up or when you're like walking past. You don't really want to make a priority out of clearing your own camps. As you can see, for example, my Krogs are still up, so I'm not making a priority of clearing that at all. And yeah. Right here, I'll go back for, I believe, like, one of the last fights of this game. I mean, as soon as you get to the mid to late game with Mundo, it's literally just press R, run into the enemy team, and just hit something. Like, it's very, very straightforward and very easy. So you just press R, you auto attack E, red smite, maybe like an 80 carry, you chunk them for like half their health and keep running at them. Even if they have Executioner's Calling, then they're still gonna die. Right here, I do have red buff. As you can see with the E right there, that does a massive amount of damage to Lucian. He dashes the other direction. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rakan pretty much saved Lucian's life by sacrificing himself. Kai'Sa was just like channeling the Rift Herald there, nearly died to Lucian and lost the Rift Herald, but yeah. As you can see, Mundo doesn't care about anything, especially if you get the Warmox combo with Spirit Visage, and then you also have your ultimate. You just run in the enemy team, and you take as much damage as possible, pop your ultimate, take even more damage, and then walk out of the fight, and just take like 10 seconds to heal all your HP back, and then go in again. Like, the amount of healing you have on Mundo is crazy. Alright, here I'm just split pushing. No one can really 1v1 me. I'm impossible to kill for the enemy team. I can probably 1v5 them if I have ult up. And if I don't get Executioner's Calling, honestly. Else the 1v5 is not going to happen. But here, as you can see, I just 1v3 the enemy team, no problems whatsoever. And I don't even care about Lucian's damage. Level 14, a decent amount ahead. And as soon as you get that one auto attack, the extra AD you get from your E is insane. Right there, Warmock kicks in and you're back to full HP. That's just... like, the amount of tankiness you have combined with the damage with your E, it's so overpowered. Like, literally, the healing right here through Ignite, it's still such an insane... like, it's as much as you would heal with the Mundo Ultimate before they buffed it. Or, like, yeah. Getting Ignited or getting Grievous Wounds on you right now, on this Ultimate, you will still heal as much as you used to heal before with a full Ultimate. Instead of getting the Grievous Wounds then, which is then gonna cut it in half again. So, basically, before you used to heal for 1/4 of what you're healing now. Total what you're healing now if you don't get Grievous Wounds, and then 1/4 with the Grievous Wounds on the previous one. So, the difference is 3/4 if there's no Grievous Wounds on you, and it's like half, or like 1/4, pretty much, if you, of the healing you currently have, with Grievous Wounds on you, because it's like half. It's still the same amount of healing you would get with the old Ultimate, which makes it just insane on Mundo. And yeah, I would highly recommend you guys to try this one out. He is very easy to play. He's super overpowered, and you can easily climb some elo with him, as you would have seen from like the screenshots I posted at the beginning of this video as well. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit the thumbs up below. Helps me a lot. And also subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification bell, because YouTube otherwise doesn't want to show you any videos. So, if you are interested in seeing my videos, then make sure to do that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys in the next video. Bye!